Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land, and welcome to Metal Rucker 94's gaming channel. I am with my co-host James Piranha Madonna, and of course, I am Damien the Dissenter. But before we hop into some gaming, I'm going to do a quick beer review. Tonight, we are having the classic Americana beer of Miller High Life. Got a great deal on a 12-pack of this down at my local Dollar General. It was like I think they had this 12-pack on sale for $6.95. I think with tax out the door, it was like $7.57 for a 12-pack. So, not a bad deal. But I poured it earlier. It had a much thicker white head. It's clear, somewhat bubbly. It's got a nice golden appearance. Let's go with the aroma. So, it smells like just typical beer. But this has a bit of a strange, odd aroma. Some people describe it as like a cooked vegetable type aroma. I don't know if I would call it like cooked vegetable, but I would definitely say it is odd nonetheless. I mean, it's got some graininess, some malt, little breadiness, little hoppiness, but overall just smells like beer. So here we go. Cheers.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a macro.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Macro. It's clear. I guess a pilsner from would you say Czechoslovakian pilsner?
Yeah, it's like a Czech Pilsner thereabout. So the taste, the taste definitely follows the nose. To me, it's not like a cooked vegetable type thing. It's like almost like a cooked grain or like overcooked corn type thing. But it does have some sweetness up front, but you really get that really like cooked corn, cooked graininess type thing going on in the middle. And you also get a little white bread crust. And then it does have some hoppiness, but overall, not much. But in all fairness, it is crisp, it is clean, and it is refreshing. So the body and mouthfeel, definitely light. It's not really a rich, robust beer. This is just the kind of beer that if you're low on funds, you just want to pick up a 12-pack and just sip on either by yourself or with friends or to have with food. Yeah, it would go well with that. So how would I rate it? It's just odd. It's strange. It's not terribly made. It's got an offness to it, and some people like it, some people don't. So I'd give it an 85, solid B. But some brief history about this beer. It originally was not called Miller High Life. It came out in 1855 as a Friedrich Miller Lager, but it was renamed to Miller High Life in 1903, as it indicates right here, and also says it's the champagne of beer. The old label used to say the champagne of bottled beer. They didn't put it in cans until I think 1961, 62, something like that. And in the 80s, they actually came out with another variant of Miller High Life called Miller High Life Genuine Draft. Now it's just called Miller Genuine Draft. That came out in 85, I believe. And then in the 90s, they had a Miller High Life Ice. I think that came out in 93 or 94. Then they had, I think in the same year, I believe it was, 94 is when High Life Ice came out. And that same year, they came out with Miller High Life Light. And that's kind of a weird, obscure beer, but it's still around. The calories and the ABV on this, it's 141 calories, but only 4.6 ABV. So that's why it's a bit on the light side, but still not a light beer. The ingredients, of course, typical ingredients: water, barley malt, corn syrup, yeast, and hops. They might use a malt extract and hop extract as well. Um, and if you also go to a bar or go someplace and they have Miller High Life on draft, you're getting Miller Genuine Draft because, like I said, it's the same beer, just presented differently. Regular High Life is pasteurized, and Genuine Draft is, of course, cold filtered. So that's where I stand on it. It's an 85 out of 100. I mean, it's a solid B. This is one of my dad's go-to beers. He loved it. I would sneak, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, some High Life when he would get it, but it brings me back to my youth, reminds me of him. This was one of his go-tos. I mean, I buy it every once in a while. I try it. And if someone brought some over for a party or for a get-together or just to have with food, I wouldn't turn it down. It's not terrible. It's just strange and odd.
Yeah. Well, it has the adjunct of the corn syrup, right? I mean, if the price is right, it's on sale. You know, it's affordable. You know, get it. I mean, did you know that Hams had to change the wording on their can because they had genuine draft, and Miller made them take it off?
Yeah, there was a Ham's Genuine Draft at one point. I don't know if they discontinued the beer or what they did with it, but
No,
there was a Ham's Genuine Draft.
no, they kept it. They just couldn't use the words genuine draft because Miller took it to court. Yeah, they had to use. They could use the word draft. They just couldn't say genuine draft.
That's odd because in the 90s, Pabst also had a Pabst Genuine Draft, and you know that never was taken to court.
Yeah, I mean, the word genuine and the word draft are in the dictionary. I don't understand how anybody could lay claim or patent words that are in the dictionary. It's beyond me. You know, it's like, you know, I mean, it's like you saying, "Oh, I invented the words pipe tobacco." Nobody could use the word pipe tobacco because I originated it. It's silly, you know. It's just, but they went after Hams. I don't know why. Like you said, they didn't go after Pabst.
Yeah, and let's see here, and then there was another Genuine Draft beer that came out in the 90s. So you had Miller Genuine Draft, you had Pabst Genuine Draft, Ham's Genuine Draft. There's one other one that's coming to my mind. I'll think of it here in a minute, but I know Anheuser-Busch had a few draft beers in the 90s. They had when Busch Light first came out, I think they test marketed it in 1989 and went national with it in 1990. When it first came out, it was a cold filtered draft beer. And then in 94, when Bud Ice came out, they decided to make that a draft beer because it's cold filtered. So it's odd, like you said, because they've done draft beers, but how Miller could have, unless they patented genuine draft, I don't see how they really would have had a case.
Yeah, it would have to be registered trademark.
Right. And even then, a patent is only good for X amount of years. Like a good example of this would have been back in the 80s with I've probably told you about the popular aftermarket muffler Flowmaster. They had a patent on their famous original 40 series muffler. Well, they had a 20-year patent on it. Well, when that patent expired, a lot of companies began to go ahead and start making like a Flowmaster knockoff of the original 40 series, and many different companies now make it. Like you still have the original Flowmaster 40 series, but like a Thrush made it with their Thrush welded. Now Magnaflow's made it with their Magnaflow Rumble muffler, and just Cherry Bomb did it, and some other various like off-brand companies did it. But when you actually do a side-by-side comparison and examine the way that they look, external-wise, case-wise, and internal-wise, they look basically identical. Now, when you actually put them on a vehicle and you listen to the sound, sometimes the sound varies. Because when you hear it, it's a very distinct sound. Like when you hear the genuine Flowmaster 40 sound, it's a very distinct sound. Like you don't mistake it with any other type of muffler. But when you hear like some of the off brands of the Flowmaster 40 series, some either have like more of a tin canny sound, or others might have the same type sound, but it might sound a little deeper with more bass, or it might have just a distinct hollow echo to it. And every company does it different, but still, same basic type sound. It's just variations of the same sound. And price matters too. Like the Flowmaster 40 series, I think you can pick them up now for about like $89, $90, but you could pick up like an off brand of it for like 25 or $30. And going down the road, someone might not even really be able to tell the difference. But it's made of the same 16 gauge aluminized steel, same quality of welds, all that good stuff. So basically, you're just paying for the name.
You know that that video app on the phone called Twitch?
Mm-hmm.
It is saturated with gamers.
Oh yeah,
including all the games you play. I mean, it's predominantly gamers. I was looking for. I finally found regular, talk shows, podcasts, but there's not many. It's mostly gamers. So I think it's owned by Amazon. I think Twitch.
right.
Yeah. So because I have the mob cam that streams to different social media pages. Now I'm right now I'm appealing my Twitter account to try to get it back, and they're looking into it. They at least they emailed me back because it's so stupid to terminate me because I gave my opinion about the Democratic primary candidates in the debate.
Right.
I mean, I called it like I see it, and that was it. I didn't threaten anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say anything weird. I just gave my opinion about how the DNC and they are corporatists that are paid off by the oligarch, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
And, I said I can't stand Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar. I can't stand her even more.
Oh yeah.
And there's people from her state that can't stand the sound of her voice. So, I mean, I didn't say anything terrible. So I told them, I said, it's just a political opinion, and
right.
That's it. I mean, there are people on social media that say a lot worse. So if I get that back, that'll be great because I had an established account.
I never really used Twitter all that much. I have noticed that it seems like big tech is starting to kind of scale back on censorship because it really is pissing off a lot of people across the whole spectrum, and they're getting quite fed up with it.
Well, what exactly is a hashtag? I know it's to me, it's a tic-tac-toe symbol.
Okay, a hashtag.
What does it do?
All right, so a hashtag really got started with Twitter. So, like, let's say if you want to contribute to something like a trending topic or a particular topic, you would just put hashtag blah, 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 blah. Or like, let's say, I'm trying to think of an example.
Like, let's say you tweeted a paragraph of your take on a certain current news topic.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Owens, you type a paragraph, however many characters they allow, and then underneath it, you would put hashtag this or hashtag that.
Yeah. So a really popular one that seems to be kind of making a comeback now is hashtag FedUp2020.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, or hashtag done with bullshit 2020.
Oh, so it's kind of like a keyword.
Yeah, it's like a keyword, but it contributes to like trending topics. Or like let's say, say you're either for or against something, you could put hashtag Trump 2020 or hashtag Biden 2020 to kind of contribute to that overall trending topic. As like you said, it's a keyword.
Yeah, like a meta tag. In other words,
Yeah.
it draws more attention to your post.
Well, it draws attention to your post, but it contributes your post to the overall trending topic post. So, if people if like do the hashtag search of hashtag Biden 2020 or hashtag Trump 2020, then they'll see all the people and all the different posts and tweets that are related to that. Now, if you want it to be more of like a generic subgroup, like let's say anti-Trump 2020 or anti-Biden 2020, then that will kind of narrow it down to where you look at the anti. Now, if you look at just the root word or the root hashtag, it'll be a mixed bag and a mix of, pro in the middle or anti something.
Or
but
it could be hashtag Democratic Socialists of America or hashtag socialism.
Yeah, it'll be stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Or if you tweeted something about Colt 45 malt liquor, a specific product that they make, and then you go hashtag malt liquor, hashtag craft beer, hashtag macro beer, something like you would put these keywords.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting the hang of it. I mean, I never really used Twitter. I would rarely put hashtags in my posts even if I post on Facebook. I mean, I do it from time to time. Facebook does it too, but Twitter's the main one that really got that started. But to get back to what you were talking about earlier, yeah, that lawyer was definitely a shyster, to say the least. But that's okay because there are other attorneys I can consult with here in the area. I did give another one here in my particular area a free initial consult. Well, I did get some interesting news, and I guess this is at least somewhat of what I can do. Well, when I contacted this other attorney's firm, I didn't speak to the attorney specifically. I talked to like his secretary or like his paralegal, and what I was told was, it's not that I don't have a case. It's just that this particular firm cannot file this on my behalf. It's not what they do. So, okay, well, at least that's a step in a right direction. That just means, okay, I do have a case. I just got to find the right attorney to take said case.
Yeah, and that first lawyer called you idealistic.
Yeah.
So you're Damian Idealistic Owens, but you're not representing the real world, like he said. The real world. So the real world is you have a full-blown asthma attack with a mask on for let's say 5 hours of employment. You have a full-blown attack. You're sucking for air, and the ambulance takes you to the ER a second time. And according to him, there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, according to him, but then I did some more research, and I'm just thinking, this guy's been in law since like the 70s. So he's been in law at least like 45, 50 years. So honestly, I would have thought he would have been much, much better than that. And the fact that he clearly said that, I can't sue the government for this and that, and when he clearly told me that the government is never liable for anything, well, that might be true in some states, but according to Tennessee law, that is actually not the case. Well, there's actually multiple avenues that under Tennessee law, you can actually pursue a negligence case against either a particular town or city or mayor, any government official, all the way up to the state governor. There's two ways you can go about it.
Yeah. Well, Black Lives Matter, it's illegal in Tennessee as of recently for Black Lives Matter and Antifa to aggressively protest like they've been doing.
I've not heard that. It might have been an executive order, but to my knowledge, there was no legislative action passed on that. But I'll get to that. I'll do some more research. But back to what I was saying, apparently there's two ways I can go about I can go about suing the government. I can either file a notice of claim against them, or I can do what's called a tort claim. So I have two avenues, and depending upon which would be more beneficial and which would yield more of a higher claim as in terms of a settlement for me to get monetary compensation, I would go for. Now, the next avenue I could go about is, and generally, in terms of Tennessee law, you cannot sue your employer, as in the employer entity, but it does not specifically say that you cannot sue individual members of a particular employer for negligence. So, according to this, if I wanted to go after a specific someone in corporate all the way up to the CEO on an individual basis for negligence, I can. So I found there's a few workarounds, so he's not 100% correct. So, yeah, gotta love law. Just like I said, there's always a loophole. There's always some weird law out there that gives you an opening. Well, just by the way that some things are worded and the way some laws are set up, I figured out a workaround.
Well, you got the doctor's note stating that the mask wearing is triggering your not exercise-induced asthma, but full-blown asthma.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor says it's triggering it. So how does this lawyer come to that determination that you're being idealistic? I mean, you have medical clearance that the mask wearing is giving you full-blown asthma attacks.
Right. Well, that does bring out a very interesting point. Well, here's what he says. He says that, I'm responsible for my own health and my own safety and well-being, and that, despite the fact I was not given a crystal clear answer in terms of whether I could have it with or without it, the only way I can even remotely have a case is if, I go in with it and they either say you can't have it, or they send me home, or they fire me. But little they realize, this happened as a result of their direct negligence. And that because of their negligence, I was not given a crystal clear answer as to whether I could or whether I could not. Now, I did a bit more research as to where they were coming from. Was they said, yeah, it might help you breathe better, but what does that really do in terms of protecting our customers? Because if someone can figure out that, they contracted COVID from here, that makes us liable. All right, well, I get where you're coming from, but still, other companies here in the area have allowed a face shield, like particularly Food City, one of my previous employers. At first, they were hesitant to allow it, but in order to make sure that they weren't losing employees and weren't jeopardizing or endangering employees' physical and psychological health, they allowed the face shield as a compromise. So, and no one's really raised an issue about certain Food City members or their employees wearing them, but then I have seen people wear them out in public, and there's not been really any cause of concern or uproar because of people wearing face shields instead of masks. That really, I just find where they're coming from and where this lawyer explained it to me as completely erroneous, to say the least. And that was my last thing I was telling you was, I even showed how they don't work and how basically this is forced medical treatment by the government. Even citing like, OSHA, the CDC, the World Health that, define them as medical devices. Well, if it's a medical device and it's used for medical treatment, then, that's basically what they're doing. What they're essentially saying is, okay, if you do not wear this medical device and accept this medical treatment, then you cannot have a job, you cannot work, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Okay, well, some could even argue that that's practicing medicine without a license, because really are government officials, and particularly the government itself, really licensed as a medical professional to, oh, I don't know, exercise the practice in terms of medicine? No. But the next point is, here in America, we still have the right to refuse medical treatment. I mean, granted, yeah, there are some exceptions, but the general rule and the way it's been established and the way case law is going off of this is an adult who is mentally competent has the right to refuse medical treatment. So by them forcing this, not only from my employer, but Sullivan County and now the governor, they all three are involved with this, and this is their direct negligence of doing forced medical treatment. And that's really where I feel as though I have a strong case, but the lawyer that I consulted with said that's not how it works in the real world. That's very unrealistic and not idealistic. That's not how the legal system works. I mean, I get it, you got experience, but law constantly changes all the time. You have the actual law itself, and then you have the letter and the color of the law. You got to look at it from all different aspects. So that's why I said, like what you said, he is a shyster. I really honestly thought, maybe this guy having the Justice is Blind bust, having all like these patriotic American flags, the painting of like the founding fathers of George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and all this, maybe, just maybe I would have had a chance with this guy, and it might have changed my opinion about people like that. But after seeing this, not only no, but hell no.
He reminded me of when I was a kid. My mother used to work. She used to deliver cars to him. She used to drive cars long distance that he put on his lot from, I don't know what you would call that job, but this guy, him and his family were later found to be crooks.
Mm-hmm.
So in this car dealer's office, this famous car dealer that did TV commercials, he had pictures of religious icons of different saints, different religious icons on all over his walls.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's to build trust between him and his customers, but he ended up being like a racketeering dude, and his kids were also.
Well, it's okay, because I somewhat got my $80 back, because I got mysteriously, just out of the blue, and I don't know why or how, but all of a sudden I got an email saying, hey, you've received another direct deposit of $113 from my employer. I don't know where all of a sudden that came from, but I guess to a certain degree I got my $80 back.
In other words, it was like found money. All of a sudden,
guess.
You go, where they owed me? You were probably thinking, where did they owe me this much? But but then again, maybe they underpaid you, and they decided that they were afraid that you were going to. Well, little do they know you are going to pursue something, but maybe they were afraid that you were going to hammer the company.
Oh no! Like I said, I intend to hold as many people accountable and responsible for this as is anyway. But the minimum is going to be, my employer, Sullivan County, and I'm taking this all the way up to our governor, Governor Bill Lee. So, because this was their fuck up, they are accountable, they are responsible, because they're the ones who pushed for all this shit. And honestly, I don't think they really 100% thought it through, or if they did 100% think it all through, I don't think they really cared, because that seems to be the mentality of these people is, if it saves just one life, if it only saves just one person's life, it matters. Okay, well, I'm all for saving lives, but you also have to consider, what if, saving lives in this instance is also jeopardizing or endangering people's lives?
Well,
shouldn't that really require a debate to see as to whether or not we should do that?
It can't be mandatory mask wearing, no exceptions. That's ridiculous, because there are medical exceptions, and coming home I noticed that wearing the mask for an extended period of time when I am somewhere that requires it,
Mm-hmm.
I notice as it gets moister and moister, wetter from the from exhaling, you know, from the nose, the mouth, and then the moisture builds up. Then it starts to go into your nostrils and suffocate. The moister it gets, the more it suffocates you.
Right.
That's what I've learned.
Right. But still, I mean, you
Yeah.
know, by basically doing it a mandate across the board, like I said, it's forced medical treatment. Well, like I said, here in America, we have the right to refuse medical treatment. And even this guy that I'm glad he sent me this because I didn't think to look at this. This was a bit of an unusual source, but he actually contributed something that is actually very helpful in terms of my case. Well, remember how I was citing like CDC, World Health Organization, and even OSHA? Well, here's what I found out in terms of OSHA standards. So, according to OSHA standards, some professions have like a loose mandate, and that is, you know, it's only required in some instances, but they take extreme precautionary measures for a lot of different things. Like the main thing they're really concerned about is fitment. All right. And then the next thing they actually take into consideration is, are you physically and psychologically and medically fit to even wear one in the first place? Then the next thing they look at is, you know, how long have you had it on for? Because they specifically say that, you know, this can deprive you of oxygen. So after X amount of time, you have to take this off and keep it off for X amount of time to not endanger or jeopardize your physical or psychological health.
Right. Plus, the mask has to dry out. You can't have a sopping, germy mask, you know, sopping with moisture.
Right.
It's not healthy to have that environment up against your mouth and nose.
Right. But, you know, even OSHA says, you know, there are risks and there are dangers to wearing them. You know, they might provide some benefit and a certain amount of degree of security, but that is equally just as culpable and easily weighs just as much as, you know, the risks and the dangers are just as prevalent and prominent as the benefits. So that's why, in all honesty, there shouldn't have even been a mandate, period, because by doing that, they really set themselves up for negligence, like what it did in my case. I mean, yeah, I have exercise-induced asthma. Now, people would say, oh, that's a pre-existing condition. But you got to understand, exercise-induced asthma is something you're born with. It's not something you just develop out of the blue. It's passed on by either your mom or your dad's side of the family. Well, it came from my mom's side. I have it, my mom has it, and my half-sister has it. Now, we all have it to varying degrees, but for many years, had I not told people that I had exercise-induced asthma, they never would have thought in the remotest first place that I even had it. That is how mild and how under control I had it.
Yeah. So
never had to have an inhaler. I could exercise. I could do great things, many things. It was not a detriment. But because of it, it turned into a detriment. Now, I'm probably not the only person who's, you know, done this. Now, other people have said, and I've said it too, you know, over time, this will start to affect people's physical and psychological health because of the way that they're doing this and why they're doing this. And, you know, before I was placed on medical leave, and I'll get to that here in a minute, you know, as I was talking with people, they said that these are starting to affect my health because I can tell that I'm starting to develop asthma. And I feel like I have like this low-grade sickness by wearing this. And I said, that's what I try to tell people, but did people listen? No. Now, this was just from, you know, just average, ordinary people telling me this. Could they be lying? Yes, absolutely. Could they be telling the truth? Yes, absolutely. But still, the fact that, you know, there is a common theme here that we're starting to see now slowly that the dangers are far outweighing the benefits to doing this. And plus, like I said, they don't work. You could literally take a spray can to mimic aerosols and droplets. They go right through. They can go through yours. They can go through another person. So it's a giant German bacteria magnet right there on your face.
Yeah, they're probably sanitization is and social distancing is probably the primary important precautions ahead of the mask, even though they insist masks.
Well, yeah, they insisted, but like I said, I mean,
are a barrier, but you know, they're not to be worn all the time. That's
right. Well, even if you wear it for like 5 minutes, I mean, even 5 minutes, even if you wash it with really hot, soapy, sudsy water, you get it nice and clean, and you dry. You're still going to eventually get germs and bacteria back in it. And from also what I've been reading, like I'd say, even if like a doctor or a surgeon uses or like a nurse uses the ear loop ones, the disposable ones,
right.
Even if they have gloves on and they touch it, they have to take off the gloves, they have to take this off, wash their hands, put on fresh gloves and a new one. Okay? So that right there is going to create a whole mess of problems right then and there. So theoretically and paradoxically, that could actually increase the number of infections and the number of cases.
Now think about this for one moment. In the course of a day or evening when people have their mask on, gravity has a tendency to cause the mask to drop off your nose. I don't care what anybody says. It eventually pulls downward, and people are constantly readjusting their mask, which means they have to take their fingertips, grab the mask, pull it up, pull it down, pull it, whatever. Maybe a loop comes off one of your ears, so automatically people are touching their mask, their face, but the outer surface of the mask. So if their hand is not sanitized and they touch a surface that has even a cold virus or a flu virus or whatever, and then boom, they bring it up to the mask, they have to pull the mask up, now it's on the mat, now it's on the outer part of the mask.
Or it goes, in their mouth, up their nose, through their eyes.
Yeah, like I want to see if I still have it, because I had to throw them out. The 2 masks that the town sent me for free, I had to throw them out for a good reason, and I think they're right here.
All right, well, while you're doing that, I'm going to go use the bathroom and grab another beer, so I'll be back here in just a second.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where they went, but I'm gonna worry about it. Okay, you are watching Damien the Dissenter Owens and James P. Madonna in an episode of Shootin' the Shit, and you have heard some uncensored, unscripted banter about important topics concerning our very turbulent modern days that we're living in, the multiple crises that we're going through. And you've heard some pretty good true testimonials by Damien Owens, and he will be back soon, and you will see some exciting gaming, because he's a gaming enthusiast, and expert, and you will see gaming right on the show. You can also catch myself and Damien Sundays around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for progressive discussions, where we talk about politics, followed by mysticism, mystical readings. I mean, mystical forecasts with the tarot cards and the copper divining rods. So now he is pouring a Miller High Life, his second Miller High Life, in a very tall mug, and he gave.
Well, I decided to pour it differently. I decided to do a straight in pour. I mean, the straight in pour gives you a thicker head, but another benefit of it is it gets all the carbonation out, so you can actually taste what the beer is supposed to taste like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, what I meant about the mask that I had to throw out, they were too thin and soft, and every time I inhaled, they went up my nostrils. So they literally suffocate you. They suffocate you. So anyway, while he is unwinding with his Miller High Life, I'm going to check something inside, and I'll be back in a flash.
All right. Yeah, people. So, yeah, I poured up my second Miller High Life. So if you noticed in the first one, I did the 45-degree angle tilt. Well, this instance, I did a straight in pour. So you'll notice, yeah, there's not as much carbonation, but just the head is much thicker. Anyway, yeah, this is kind of like what you would like to look for in your beer, especially with this style, is having a nice thick head on these beers is just so visually appealing. And plus, like I'd say, if you really want to bask in the experience, you got the appearance, but more of the aroma and the esters of the beer actually goes into the head when you do the straight in pour. So when people say, oh, you don't need to do the straight in pour, you're an idiot, you don't have to pour a beer. Well, there really is no 100% correct way to pour beer. The sideways tilt is a way, the straight in pour is a way, or in some nitros, where you basically take the can like this and put the mug over top of it and do like a 180, and you do the complete straight in. You can get that reverse cascade effect. I mean, that's another way. So however you want to do it, it's completely fine and up to you. Like I said, there is no 100% correct way of doing it. And
what part of weight do you not?
so, yeah, when people say, learn how to pour beer, fool, you know, you got that to go off of. And plus, some breweries or some breweries will actually recommend, our beers will do better if you do the straight in pour, or some will do better with a sideways tilt. And then once it goes up to a certain amount in the mug, then do a straight in. Or some will say, do a hybrid pour, like so much to the side, so much straight in. It all just depends. So with this, I do notice that there's not as much carbonation in terms of the beer. So maybe in my assessment, when I said that the beer was light-bodied, I would go more of now that the carbonation is out and it went up into the head, I would say probably now this is more of a light and somewhat watery beer. But just seeing the appearance, not having the esters, and now actually seeing what the beer tastes like, it did take a little bit from the body, but you get more of what it tastes like. So that was my quick little rant about, pouring beers different ways. We'll give you different types of things, and there's not 100% correct way or the definitive way of pouring beer. Each one will give you different results, and everyone's got their preference.
I'm just having some Trader Joe roasted unsalted peanuts, that's all.
Okay. But yeah, you were right. That's what I was saying. Paradoxically, it's going to cause a rise of infections. But that's what I was telling you last night, where they reported that if there was a confirmed case, that they presumed at different ratios what would be other presumed cases. Like in some cases, they were like 15 to 1, and even in the most extreme cases, some would even do like 100 to 1. One active, but another 100 presumed cases with no definitive proof that it really even is a case. So that shows how they falsified the cases. And then when I was also explaining, through the process of amplification to try to get so many people to test positive, they're just kind of scrounging and scavenging for whatever DNA or RNA genetic material they can. Even if it takes, the amplification do like 100 times amplification, just to even find the most smallest, minute genetic material of a virus. That's how they're getting people to test positive. That's why I was saying, not every case means they have it, and not every case is contagious. It's one of the great frauds they keep pushing.
Or even my friend's wife. You test the test says negative, but that's no guarantee you don't have it. Well, then why take the test?
Exactly. Well, I know I'm not going to. No way. Because so I was also telling you, if you've had a flu, if you had a bacterial infection or anything in the last 10 years, you'll test positive.
Well, the NFL just had a whole bunch of false positive COVID-19 tests by bioreference laboratories.
Mm-hmm.
The same lab that I had to go to this year. I had to go there for something. Yeah, false positives. And it's happening often, too.
Yeah, and then when the CDC, now they're trying to make that go away. They're trying to label that as false news or incorrect news. I'm like, yeah, they're going to do everything in their power to censor that because they know they've been caught. They know the cat's out of the bag, and they're basically in damage control now. And it's just, there is no way they're going to come back from this and make this go away quietly. No way. Not a snowball's chance in hell.
Their cover-ups are getting very sloppy as time goes by.
The whole thing was a very sloppy cover-up. Yeah, the whole thing from the very beginning has been. And what I love about it is, I think now we finally gotten down to what has been pretty much said all along, but people just didn't want to accept it. People with pre-existing conditions and those who are not physically well were the ones that were gonna get the brunt end of this. Well, when they released the numbers, it seemed like the ones that really took the brunt end and really had the most severe extreme cases that either resulted in prolonged hospital stays or resulted in death were those who were elderly, those who had pre-existing conditions and had comorbidity, which, they really can't determine as to whether, if it was COVID that caused them to die or whether their pre-existing condition caused them to die. And then they also determined, it was in the elderly. Average age of death was around 80 to 85. And the biggest thing they also determined was those who really suffered the brunt of the virus were those who were very malnourished, particularly in terms of D3, vitamin C, and zinc. That's why I was telling you. Some nursing homes actually subsidized D3 and zinc, and even some subsidized all vitamins and all minerals in very high amounts to protect them. And it worked. It paid off.
I posted an article today from a very reputable source about a deficiency of D3 making you much more susceptible to COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
A deficiency of D3. So you're seeing a lot of zinc deficiency articles and D3 deficiency articles.
Oh, yeah.
No.
But even some, they subsidized really good multivitamins and gave them complete multivitamins across the board. So that way all bases were covered, and it worked. It really paid off.
Yeah, like people that women that have hair that break easily, or their nails won't grow, or there's something about their skin, they should definitely take high B complex, and in your case, high B complex. If you're under a lot of stress from your job, let's say you even on the home front,
Mm-hmm.
you're under a lot of stress, even if you work out, or if your job is physically demanding and you work out, that's a form of stress. You need high B complex with C, but you need higher amounts.
Mm-hmm.
I know you were concerned that your urine was like a parking a crossing guard's vest. It was like sharp.
Yeah, like fluorescent yellow, like a fluorescent yellow green.
Yeah, like a parking cone, a fluorescent parking cone. You know, yeah, like a chartreuse.
Well, I mean, it is a bit of an odd thing. I mean, yeah, urine is supposed to be various degrees of yellow, but fluorescent yellow, like a yellow green, yeah, that's a bit odd.
Well, that means that on that given day, your body used less of the B complex than C. Some days it'll use more of it. It's not always going to be fluorescent. Some days it will be. Some days it'll be just very yellow.
Right.
And then as you progress into the evening, it'll get lighter. But you know, there's no way of telling ahead of time how stressed your body's under and how much water soluble vitamins it's going to utilize. I mean, it all depends on the stress level for that day. Now you're not suffocating with the mask. So I would take it that your stress level has been much lower than when you were in the supermarket.
Well, it's lowered to a certain extent, and in other ways, it's raised. So it's kind of been of a trade-off. Well, as I was going to tell you, so my doctor has put me off on medical leave for a minimum of 2 weeks. So he said that actually they're still giving like mask exceptions for medical exceptions, but they're not giving any more like mask waivers in terms of employers because of legal and liable reasons. But he said that, you know, despite the fact that here in Sullivan County alone, out of 158,000 people, you know, we've had a grand total of cases that have been active and are now gone. We still have less than 1,000 out of 158,000 people. So we've had less than 1 out of 158 people actually get this. But he says for the foreseeable future, I don't see this mandate going away. And he said where it really triggered your asthma attack and your employer is kind of being wishy-washy in terms of you having the face shield, and now where you just had a really traumatic asthma attack, he said, I'm putting you off for a minimum of 2 weeks. He said, are they going to be able to give you FMLA? I said, I can try, but I really don't know what they're going to do in terms of that. He said, all right, we'll do a follow-up on the 16th, and we'll reassess everything, and we'll go from there. Well, according to that attorney I consulted, where I've not been there at that particular employer for a year, I'm not covered by FMLA. So really, the only thing I've got would be like short-term disability or workers' comp. But like I said, I really don't want to go on short-term disability because who knows what the future ramifications of this are going to be. I still have a little bit of like residual like panic attacks. Like every so often, like I'll kind of break out into a cold sweat as a result of what happened, even though this happened almost a week ago. So, and I have noticed, I've tried just to even see if I could put one on, and my body just, it almost goes into like a fight or flight mode. So I couldn't wear one even if, I had to.
So they were wishy-washy about the face shield?
Well, they were wishy-washy in terms of, whether I had to have, the mask on underneath it or not. That was the main problem.
Are you kidding me? The face shield covers your eyes, nose, and mouth all the way past down to your chin or past it.
You know what I was going to do just to kind of add a little extra sense of compliancy to really show these are going to do better? I was going to take two of them and put the two together so there was 360 coverage and make sure it extended all the way down here. But no, I couldn't even get that.
Busting your balls, man. How nitpicky. I mean, I would, if I looked at a face shield, a person with the face shield, which, it looks like a pair of, it has the arms of a pair of sunglasses. It goes on easy. And I would say the person with the face shield has more protection than the mask, because the mask.
Yeah, it would. Because, like you said, this is covered, this is covered, this is covered. So the only way that would really mean it would still have an entrance is, with your hands.
And it don't shift. The face shield does.
It can.
Well, if you have it on, it'll, like glasses, it goes behind your ear,
mm-hmm.
and I guess there's like little tabs. There might be little tabs that go on top of the nose, like sunglasses. It might be.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be, because you can't. Otherwise it will definitely droop down. But then again, the mask definitely droops down with gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Below your nose. And then some older woman says to me in the daytime, lift your mask over your nose. Your mask went below your nose. You got everybody like so paranoid about people now not wearing the mask properly.
It's like a cult. Yeah, it's basically turned into a cult of it.
And then you're walking down the sidewalk and you got the mask. The mask is a chin guard because nobody's around you.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, you see somebody from a distance, maybe 100 feet away, coming down the sidewalk the other way. They go out in the street around like a few cars. Like they have to be 100 feet away from you because you're a human being, and they might catch something from you.
Yeah. That's part of the programming and the conditioning and why it's turned into a cult.
Yeah. Pull your mask up. Your mask is below your nose. Yeah, my balls should be below your nose.
That's kind of what I want to say to people. But here in Sullivan County, they did kind of be a little anal about it at first. But where there was pushback, there is more compliancy in terms of wearing them, but I can tell it's slowly starting to fade. And the enforcement of it is, at this point, I don't think anybody really cares if you do or don't.
Well, the restaurants, the restaurant dining areas officially opened up in New Jersey. So, but the tables are 6 feet apart, and they sanitize, and they finally opened up indoor dining. So now we have nail salons, hair salons, indoor dining, gymnasiums opened up, and one of the first businesses to open up were the massage parlors, which I find very funny.
Right.
But anyway, they were all open, but not. We're not. I highly doubt if they're going to have the Labor Day weekend festival in my hometown, the Saint Joseph's Church Italian Festival.
Well,
No way. I heard they're not going to have any of those festivals or carnivals that they usually have in September around this time. There's a whole bunch of them that they normally have, but I heard it's not gonna
right. Well, I've heard all that, but then yet they try to say that, that big biker rally that happened in South Dakota, was like a major spike or a major epicenter, when in reality they couldn't really prove that it was.
Oh, Sturgis.
Yeah, they can't prove it. So, and like besides, what I've been saying, when me and the wife went to the concert, that didn't contribute to the cause or the spread of it. You would have thought that would have been a case sentence that me and her would have gotten it, but we didn't get it. And to the best of our knowledge, no one who went to that got it either.
Interesting.
So you would have thought, my wife would have got it, I would have gotten it, that would have been it, but we didn't.
Yeah, you would think so. There's absolutely no social distancing at a concert, or all the people that have been protesting and carrying on. I don't even want to say protesting. Most of them were rioters.
Right.
But and by the way, peaceful protesters don't block sidewalks and streets and traffic.
Right. But how come they're not saying, that's not contributing to it, and that we got to stop that?
Because
double standard.
Because they're afraid of being labeled and called, having them play the racist card and calling them racist for every little stupid thing.
Mm-hmm. But still, you would think, even though they were quiet for 3 weeks, and I went back and I checked, they were quiet about it for 3 weeks. That was out of the news, out of the headline for 3 solid weeks.
Wow.
But once all that shit backfired, it was right back to the same old, same old.
And what makes me snicker is that they expect cops to not defend their lives against a perpetrator that goes for a gun or a knife or something. So like the cop is supposed to, instead of being called a racism, they're supposed to just stand there and get shot by a perpetrator, and not defend their own life, because it's like being at war. It's either him or you. It's either the enemy or you. And a cop has the right to defend his or her life when they feel it's in danger. I mean, not to be lazy and say, well, this guy is trying to run away and I'm really too lazy to chase after him and tackle him and wrestle him to the ground, so I'm just going to shoot him in the back 1,000,000 times. Yeah,
and there's actually a rule about that called the fleeing felon rule.
You're supposed to, all the cop shows I grew up with, even William Conrad, the fat William Conrad of Cannon, he ran after fleeing felons. I mean, nobody runs after anybody anymore. They just plug them in the back. I mean, and that person could be unarmed. Somebody's fleeing and they're unarmed. Well, if they're armed, they're not going to be like trying to jump a fence and run away.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is you get on the radio and say, felon in the neighborhood of headed towards a certain street is running right now. We need backup. We need backup. And if they're too lazy to chase him, call for backup and say, look, he's fleeing. Give a description. He's unarmed, but he's a felon, and he's wearing a certain shirt. But we need backup. I mean, you don't have to like in the Wild West movie, kill him in cold blood.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot him.
Oh, that is kind of fun, but
shoot him in the back. Like when you were playing that game and you were in the saloon.
Mm-hmm.
That guy looked real shifty that started talking to you. I had a feeling he was going to start something.
Yeah, but he got put in his place.
Yeah, he got put. Yeah, I sent the link to Eric, but Eric told me it gets boring watching the games. I say, Eric, what do you want to do? You want to talk about fucking craft beer for hours and hours and get drunk like Michael Hilton? Hearing him rant about what he wants to rant about could be boring too.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true, but I'm of the opinion now, and it's probably an unpopular opinion, but oh well. I just don't think he's going to be one of those that's ever really going to learn.
Well, I don't think Mike Hilton is going to learn either, because the both of them are drunks. Now I was having a talk with Dr. Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dave Coulter, and we were talking, and he says he was telling me what he noticed about the followers of Ronald J. Terrio.
Mm-hmm.
J. Terrio gets paid. He has been getting paid from YouTube, and that's probably why he doesn't allow any cursing or anything like that.
Yeah, in fear of getting demonetized.
Getting demonetized, and he's been getting steady checks. So, but his followers, they're not deep thinkers. They're very, very few of them will ever engage in a serious, intelligent conversation with you. It's all about, just getting a buzz on and drinking whatever they're drinking and going and getting intoxicated. That's basically who his followers are. And I don't know if he has a Patreon account through PayPal or not, but he's been getting more than he lets on. He kind of he gave me some hints off the air that he's been getting a steady income. So,
well, his retirement or his pension that he might have through being a retired teacher, he's already kind of getting a decent amount as is anyway. So I wonder what he could be drawing in as a secondary source of income.
Yeah, because you have to have a high volume of followers on YouTube.
I think the minimum is 10,000, which is somewhat high, but for him, he's got almost like 13,000.
Yeah. Well, what's his name? Well, Dr. Dave said what he says, to be honest with you, what Jay does, aside from his followers all being closet alcoholics, what he says what Jay does is he takes terminology from that's my phone, don't pay attention. He takes, and I took the volume off too. He takes terminology from other people, like Eric likes to say, crackery breadiness. It has a biscuit-like flavor. Somebody else has other words. that they describe beer as being, and he takes a little of what everybody says and puts it all together. And he says there's nothing scientific about J. Terrio's reviews. There's nothing that relates directly to the hops, the yeasts, and the malts. I says, well, Mr. Owens is pretty on target and detailed in his reviews. If you've ever listened to his reviews, he's very detailed. He won't just say, "Oh, it tastes like a cinnamon stick in the middle of a whole wheat extra crusty biscuit with this and that." He won't talk silly when he gives a review. Now, Jay says you got to call him like you see him. But if everybody's calling him like they see him, talking nonsense, giving ridiculous reviews with ridiculous terminologies, then, this is why Dr. Dave doesn't like to grade a beer review. He likes to say, I give it an A+, an A-. He says because it's subjective. It's like artwork. It's like paintings. One person's junk, garbage is another person's masterpiece. It's subjective.
Right. Hold that thought. I'm gonna grab another beer and go to the bathroom. I'll be back here in just a second.
So the idea of grading a beer, an 83, an 84.5, 85, 87, 88, 90, 90. It's really not written in stone. And I agree wholeheartedly, 100% with what Dr. Dave said. It's not written in stone. What is that? I saw a blue dog. I saw a blue dog. A pup. You like peanuts? No? That's what I'm eating. Roasted peanuts. You got rosy cheeks, like a cherub. I think I saw you got rosy cheeks, like Cupid. That little curly haired baby that with the two little wings that flies around. I told Wyatt, he says, you like peanuts? I couldn't hear what he said. I showed him my peanuts, and I said,
Right.
are those rosy cheeks you got? I says, you look like Cupid.
Oh.
What you need is a pair of little wings and a little bow and arrow. So I says,
he's sometimes shy. Sometimes he's shy, sometimes he's not. It all just depends.
yeah, I think I saw rosy cheeks. It kind of matches hair color.
Yeah, it's where he's a strawberry blonde that he kind of has a little bit of rosy cheeks, but he gets them for different reasons. Like if he's been running around playing, he'll get them. Or sometimes if he's having like a headache or a migraine, he gets them. But I guess it just must be today where he just has a lot of restless energy because he's not been complaining about getting a headache or migraine.
What do you?
So
What does your wife give him? Like baby aspirin or something?
he was on migraine medicine for a little bit, and he was taken off of it. And then they said that he's going to have to come back in because of where his migraines are coming back. So here in the next little bit, we're going to Knoxville. Yay!
That's a
To
shame.
see his neurologist.
He's young, man. He's young to have migraines.
Well, we don't know what's causing them. I mean, it could be a variety of different factors, but we'll see. But getting back to what you were talking about as to why Dr. Dave doesn't like to really give like professional reviews of beer.
No, he doesn't like to give grades like 83, 85, 90 because he says these beer reviews are often subjective rather than written in stone. Same thing with bourbon or wine. You know.
Well, there is a lot of subjectivity when it comes to rating stuff, but at the same time, there's a certain degree of objectivity when it comes to rating them as well. So his assessment, yeah, it's true, but I think he's only really looking at it from just one side. He's not looking at it in its entirety. I mean, it's not hard to really review something and give it a fair shake. It's something that requires a little bit of time, a little bit of practice, a little bit of effort, but anyone can do it. But I get where he's coming from. I mean, yeah, there is a subjectivity in terms of, when it comes to actually rating it, because there's different factors of, maybe the person really likes the style or someone really doesn't like the style. So that's going to already create a certain amount of bias as is anyway. But however that might be, there is another factor when it comes to balancing out the subjectivity and bringing out a degree of objectivity when it comes to reviews. That is kind of just looking at things for as they really are. Like, something that would be objective is, okay, Miller High Life is a beer. Okay, that is established fact. That is being objective. Another thing is, it's an American adjunct lager. Okay, that's the style it is. That's being objective. You're saying what it is. Now, where the subjectivity comes in is, say, someone doesn't like it, and they're going to go ahead and create a bunch of bias saying, oh, I don't like it, it's trash, it's garbage, it's blah, 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 blah. All right, well, that's taking the bias and going this direction. But at the same time, on the flip side of the coin, someone may not necessarily like the style, but they're still going to give it a fair shake and look at it more for what it is, like with me and IPAs. I mean, yeah, I buy them, I try them, I give them fair shakes, I see what I think. Okay, well, I made it pretty abundantly clear I don't really like IPAs, but am I going to trash them just because I don't like them? No. I mean, I've given my assessments to why I don't like them, that really, in just the regular IPA style, they're just dime a dozen, and that really, where so many people have them, and like I said, just everybody and their mother has them, that the creativity in terms of the style has kind of just fizzled out. It's just not there. But if it's typical run of the mill and it's good and it does what it's supposed to do, yeah, I'm going to have a bias in terms of saying I don't really like the style, but I'm still going to say, it's a C plus or a B minus. So, it's either average or it's marginally good for what it is. So that's just like a roundabout way of looking at it.
Well,
So
let's say people that own a brewery. Okay, they have to have taste buds that are really sharp and accurate, because if they're experimenting with new products and new flavorings with their IPAs or with their American pale ales or whatever, stouts. You got the standard stout, then you got a holiday stout, then you got a imperial pumpkin IPA. You know what I mean?
right.
Percentages of alcohol. They have to have a certain professionalism in their tasting ability, because they're making a decision whether or not, to mass produce a product and put it on their website and put it in cans. You know what I mean? Like, so they have to know what they're talking about, like how certain hops taste, their inherent flavor, and what happens when you combine certain hops. You know, you got the Galaxy hop, the Mosaic. There's so many. It's incredible how many different hops are out there, and they all add something. You know, so people like that, and even wine tasters who supposedly taste wine and then spit it out, and because they have to taste so many wines, I guess they don't want to get intoxicated. You know, compared to the average person who says, I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, but I like this. Like, for instance, Ronald Sutton, he always talks about Hamm's is the best beer that was ever created. Hamm's, I stick to Hamm's. I'm loyal to Hamm's. Hamm's.
Right.
Okay. Now, other people in the beer community say Hamm's is cheap shit, cheap crap. Like Ronnie S. says, it's garbage. It's garbage. I says, well, yeah, but Ronnie, I've seen you bring macros on the show and brag how much you like it. Well, Hamm's might be even better than nationally advertised macros. And, you know, Hamm's looks like a Czech Pilsner, like any other, you know, but, you know, these are people that say they give their perception of what it tastes like, which might be different than others.
Yeah.
You know, but there has to be people like the ones that run the breweries that have a combination of knowledge and detecting certain flavors that is contributed by certain varieties of hops, yeasts, malts. You know, compared to the average person who does not make their money by producing beer and ale and stout.
Right.
You know, like, in other words, a ham and egg, a Joe Sixpack. You know, like an average person who just can tell you, well, I like hams. Why do you like hams? Because I like the taste. It's got a great clean flavor. I mean, if that's the extent of what you're saying about hams, and you can't get into any more detail, then that's just your preference. You like the beer. It's like me saying, well, I like Genesee Cream Ale because it tastes like a high quality ale. I like the flavor, and I like the fact that it's $4.50 for a 6-pack, for 6 bottles.
Right.
But as far as telling you how a cream ale is made, I couldn't tell you what makes it a cream ale. Now you, Damian Owens, could explain how an ice beer is made, a malt liquor is made, the difference between, you know, the double or imperial IPA from the standard IPA, from the hazy IPA, so on and so forth. You know, I mean, you know how a lot of them are made. You have the basic knowledge of how they're made. I know a porter is supposed to be made from malted barley, and a stout is roasted barley.
Right. Right. Well, there also is a varying degree in terms of porters and stouts. Some porters are like dark lagers, and Mostly stouts, from what I can tell, they're like ales, they're warm fermented, but some porters are like just really dark lagers, kind of like the Sapporo Black, for
Right.
instance. And I guess to a certain extent you could say I do have a bit of fanaticism when it comes to beer. I mean, I really do like to talk about it, research it, drink it, study it, all that fun stuff. But, does it really encompass my life? Is that the only thing I live for is beer? No. I mean, I do kind of get a little bit fanatical about it because, like I said, what I was saying, but I do take it serious to a point, as in, when you're reviewing it, as in, like, you're giving your particular perception or your fair shake about it. Okay, that's when you can have your degree of professionalism, and that's when I guess to a certain point you can have your degree of snobbery to a point. But I mean, if you're not reviewing and you're just drinking, just find what you like and just drink it.
Yeah, like let's say it's a real warm, humid day, and you're real thirsty, and you got a frosty, ice cold Miller High Life, and or Colt 45, and you crack it open and you guzzle it because it's refreshing. And it's may not be the best beer available, but it's decent. It serves the purpose. Hits the spot, and if the price is good, it's on sale. That makes it all the better. Instead of paying over $10 for 6 bottles of a craft beer, which is okay if you want to keep it in the back of the fridge, for special days when you want to just enjoy something of quality. But to drink the fancy crafts every day can add up. It can get quite expensive.
Oh yeah, like when I was telling you that the Dark Hollows Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout, I paid $7.99 for that single 710 milliliter bottle.
Wow.
But that was on sale though. Normal price is like $13 for that single. So basically I got it for almost half off. But even, $7.99 for that single, it was still, I thought I got a really good deal because I mean, I gave it 100 out of 100. It was a world-class Imperial Stout.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of them go up to as high as 10% alcohol, 8%. I mean the brewery over here by me, Brick City, they're always adding new products to their website, and the alcohol content is on many of them are like 8. Most of them are like 8 and up.
Mm-hmm. So they got a lot of malt and a lot of hops.
Yeah. So but the malt contributes the sugar, maltose, and the yeast feeds on the sugar.
Right.
So the more malt, the higher the alcohol.
Right. Well, that translates into what's called gravity. So yeah, I don't know how well I explained it in the last one, but essentially that's why I like Steel Reserve, the 8.1% high gravity lager, is when you're determining what the final ABV of your beer is what's determined by gravity. So when you have your initial gravity reading, when you added in your fermentable sugars, and then you also add in your hops, and you take that gravity reading, that shows what the potential yield of alcohol by volume will be, meaning this is how much it could be. Now, whether it actually turns into this, we don't know. But this is like, it's like the ABV cap. It sets your cap of, this is how high it's going to be, based on the sugars. This is what it's going to be. It won't go beyond this point. All right, so then you add in your yeast for fermentation, and then once the yeast ferments, and you've allowed it to age and do all that. Then you take your second gravity reading. So you get your second gravity reading. So you take your first one minus your second one, then you find out what it concludes, and then once you determine what the first minus the second one is, that's going to be your actual alcohol by volume. Now, you could have a really high gravity beer to where it could yield potentially 12, 13, 14% maybe, but yet actual fermented sugars, it only turns into like, let's say, 7 or 8%. It happens. Now, there are ways where you can get it back up to that higher yield, and one way you can do it is by doing the ice treatment, where you remove the liquid to where you take the same amount of alcohol. Instead of it being in like this much liquid, it now goes into like this much liquid, so it's more concentrated. So you have the same content but just less volume, so spikes up more alcohol by volume, so you can get more of what your higher potential yield would be. I mean, that's just a simple roundabout way of putting it to not really overcomplicate things.
Yeah. I mean, you would be fantastic running your own little brewery, small craft brewery. I mean, because of your knowledge of it.
Quiet.
And plus, you can accurately review your own products in a very scientific, intelligent way. I mean, like Metal Thrasher from Colorado, he doesn't always give his homemade beers a super high rating. You know, sometimes he's disappointed. Okay, but
Right.
trial and error. You know, you find out what you did wrong, and you don't do it again. Or you might try something. Like now, what I have to do when I go to the store is look for the pumpkin ales that I didn't already review. Like last year, I was very impressed, and by Pump King, the company that makes Pump King Imperial Pumpkin IPA, and they also make a stout called Warlock, and it's a southern base brewery. I just don't remember which state, but it's definitely in the south, and it was fantastic. And somebody who knows more than me brought it on the show and gave it a very high rating. So I says, well, obviously I wasn't imagining things. This is a great IPA, Pump King Imperial IPA with pumpkin. And they got a real cool website. I got to check the name of the company. It's not called Pump King. The product is Pump King. I mean, the name of the brewery. But they have a spooky theme to their product line.
Oh yeah.
With their labels. But like you come up with all sorts of clever names for everything you make. Once you get the cash to get your first beer kit. Yeah,
I really can't wait for that because, it is something I like. And for me, I always like to take shots at things I really like just to see how well I can really do. And where I do have such a broad-based knowledge in terms of it, I would at least say that the minimum I'll do is probably my first batches may or may not be good, but I would say with trial and error, I could probably get pretty good at it.
Yeah, you would. It's a journey.
Yeah, it is a journey.
You start off with the basic, your lager, your basic IPA, your Pilsner, your pale ale, basic ingredients from the old country, nothing fancy. And then you get adventurous and you start tweaking it. You start tweaking it, maybe, like for instance, persimmons are a popular fruit in the South. Persimmons. I don't know if there's a persimmon IPA, persimmon flavored, or
in fact, I've never even heard of that. I've never even heard of persimmons.
I mean, Mississippi has a pecan beer, flavored beer. It's called Lazy Magnolia Brewery. The pecan beer is called Lazy Magnolia. It's from Mississippi.
Right. Yeah, Louisiana has, or no, Mississippi has the Magnolias. Georgia and South Carolina are notorious for their peaches. I would honestly say that if Virginia and Tennessee and Kentucky and probably West Virginia were notorious for something, it'd probably be for our moonshine. That's probably what I would say. North Carolina and South Carolina are very notorious for their barbecue.
Yeah, but the only problem with a small family-owned brewery making moonshine is I don't think you can legally make it even on your property, right?
Well, yeah, no. If you're selling it for profit, unlicensed, it'd probably be an issue. But I mean, it's not illegal to make your own beer or wine or liquor in your home. It's just the only issue of if you're doing it for personal consumption or if you're doing it for taxable revenue. That really seems to be the only issue now.
Yeah, because the damn politicians are not getting a cut. That's probably what
exactly.
It is.
Used to back in the day, it was a bit of an issue because some people would flush like their moonshine through carburetors of engines, but that seems to be like an old dying thing that no one really does anymore now. Probably some old timer with some rickety old flimsy moonshine still might, but if they have anything remotely decent and modern, no, that wouldn't be an issue.
Well, they used to try to stretch the cheap booze for the speakeasies during Prohibition with like formaldehyde, for God's sakes. But making a still is a professional art. Like a still can blow up on you. A still could be dangerous.
Oh yeah.
So you have to know what the hell you're doing when you're making that still, the copper with the copper coil and all that. It's got to be made properly. By somebody who knows their shit. Because you don't want that thing to explode, especially if it's in your backyard. And then I know I used to watch the Moonshine reality show on the History Channel when they had it on, and they, of course, they hide their still because so they found a mountain spring with the trickling pure mountain spring water. I think it might have been Arkansas, or it might have been Tennessee. Actually, it's somewhere around either Tennessee or Arkansas, and they found this hidden mountain spring with a little baby waterfall, and they said, "Oh, this is fantastic. Unlimited supply of pure mountain spring water to make our moonshine."
Yep. It's kind of like the thing with the ginseng wars that you've probably seen.
Yeah.
The ginseng war is more of a prominent thing over in West Virginia, but believe it or not, it was within the past, I want to say 10, 15 years or so, but moonshine is actually legal as long as it is taxed and regulated. Now, there are certain restrictions in terms of moonshine that can actually be sold. I mean, granted, yeah, you can flavor it, but I think there's actually a proof limit on it. I know a lot of the stuff that's sold here in Tennessee, I think, is I I want to say it's like 100 or 110, maybe 120 proof. Because I know right down the road, just before you go into Knoxville and Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, and Gatlinburg, they have their own distilleries down there, and they sell moonshine. In fact, they sell it in mason jars to kind of give it that authentic moonshine.
Yeah, that's what they do. I've had Midnight Moon, owned by the race car driver. Midnight Moon, the company. I've had blueberry flavored moonshine. It was pretty good. Apple cinnamon or apple pie, whatever they call it.
Right.
Yeah, but it wasn't like high octane illegal moonshine. It was moonshine that could be sold in liquor stores.
Right.
But
which I find kind of odd, considering they sell things like Everclear in two different variations. You've got the 75.5% ABV, and you have the 95% ABV. So I'm just thinking, if y'all are going to sell Everclear in those two variations, then why can't you honestly have the high octane moonshine? That really honestly makes like no sense. It doesn't.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's a contradiction of itself.
But that used to be back when the moral majorities really had a control over things here in Tennessee. But the moral majorities, yeah, they're still around, and the evangelicals are still around. But in this state, they're really losing their control. And I actually found this cool, interesting fact out here recently that when Prohibition was repealed, like anything above a certain percent ABV in terms of beer couldn't be called beer; it had to be called something else. Well, apparently, the federal restriction on that was repealed some time ago. So it seems like now it's more of like a state by state thing. Because I know still in Texas, anything above 5.1% can't be called beer. That's kind of the way it used to be on the federal level, but when you actually look at the regulation on the federal level, that's done by like the Tax and Trade and the ATF. When you specifically look up malt liquor, there is no definition on the Tax and Trade or the ATF. Now they define like what is beer, what is wine, what is liquor, what is malt beverage, and things like that, but on the federal level, there is no more federal prohibition in terms of that. It's all on the state level. Well, Tennessee seems to be laxing up quite a bit more in terms of alcohol laws because there used to be this law that anything beer that was 10.1% or above couldn't be sold in grocery stores, and it was categorized as a whole entire separate thing altogether, like malt liquor, but it had to be sold in a liquor store. But here in the past few years, the laws have really been relaxed. Like, there really is no ABV cap in terms of what alcohol by volume beer or wine can be sold as in grocery stores, but package stores or liquor stores can still sell beer and wine, but a grocery store can't sell liquor. That's only for package stores. But when they categorize beer, they now have beer only in two categories. They have regular beer, which is 10% and below. And they have what's called high gravity beer, which is 10.1% and above. And now, in terms of how they're regulated, they're still regulated the same. It just requires two different licenses. So if you intend on selling beer at 10% or less, you only need one license. And it's regulated by what's called beer boards. And those are regulated on the municipal level. Now, the high gravity beer requires another separate license. That means you can now sell wine and liquor at your particular establishment. That's regulated by the Tennessee the Tennessee Alcohol Beverage Control. But the licenses are not hard to get, but that's just how they regulate it here in Tennessee. So it's becoming more laxed here in terms of all that, which I'm glad.
I wonder how much an oak, they're usually oak, right? Bourbon barrel would cost one bourbon barrel. Expensive, right?
Depends. I think I've seen some for as cheap as like $50. A more gourmet, expensive one was like 400, $500.
Yeah, and it's about the size of a keg, right?
Maybe a little bigger or around that size. It would be about the size of the way wooden barrels used to be back in the day. It'd be around about that size.
Yeah, because I've seen gigantic wine barrels at a winery that they actually hired midgets to get inside and clean them because they're the only ones that could fit.
Right.
They were quite large, and they were in the wine cellar, which was quite chilly. But for beer, they're not as large as let's say a big company like Maker's Mark or Knob Creek Bourbon or Jack Daniels would have really big wooden barrels, right? Or a popular winery that sold in liquor stores wine that would have huge barrels. Now, for somebody like you who wants to get into homemade beers,
Mm-hmm.
you probably would not need a humongous barrel because you're not running that kind of a brewery. I mean,
Well, the
maybe
kit I would buy would probably be enough for like 1 to 2 gallons worth.
just to start off with, like you wanted to start, or even Eric says, don't start off with a lager. It's very difficult to make a lager.
Well, I do have a certain degree of knowledge in terms of how to make it. I do have a certain degree in terms of following ingredients and following instructions. So, I mean, there are certain things my wife makes better than me, and there are certain things I make better than my wife. When she wants me to make pizza soup, she likes it when I do it, and when she likes to make what she makes best, I like it better when she does it. So it's a bit of a trade-off.
Well,
but still.
now you have autumn around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So by October, followed by November, the temperature is going to be cold enough for lagers. Okay, you got autumn followed by winter. There's your lager weather. Now, stouts and porters and IPAs have to be brewed warm.
Mm-hmm. And also, they got to be stored warm for fermentation.
Right. So in a way, you have seasons
Mm-hmm.
for the beers.
Right.
You have autumn, winter, and the beginning of before spring, like March. Like March can be chilly enough to make lagers, but then again, sometimes April can be chilly enough to make lagers. It all depends. It all depends on your latitude, where you're located. For you, April will be too warm for a lager. March might work. You got a lot of months there to make lagers, to be honest.
Yeah, but over time, when I get better at it and I get better access to income to do it better, I could probably do whatever I want all year round.
Yeah, well, you could if you want to make something stout-like, you can make a black lager.
Right.
Regular lagers. And is pale ale, does that require warm temperatures? Pale ale? Or just
depends usually. When it comes to ales, typically warm fermented, there's different factors in terms of what different ale yeast that you use. Some like more of a cool, lukewarm environment. Some really like a warm environment. So it all just depends. And a weird thing is, and I've also noticed this, depending upon how sweet or not sweet you want the beer to be, you're gonna have to brew it at certain temperatures. Like take for example, Anheuser-Busch's InBev's King Cobra malt liquor. On their website, it used to say this is actually brewed at slightly higher temperatures to give it a little bit of a sweeter taste to it. So, there's ways you control it in that manner, but like I said, it all just depends.
Well, does malt liquor and ice beer require cooler temperatures or warmer?
It depends on what style you're going for. Like, yeah, you can make a malt liquor out of an ale, and you can make an ice ale, and you can make a malt liquor lager, and you can make an ice brewed lagered malt liquor. So there's a lot of flexibility in terms of that.
Okay, so that gives you an all year round opportunity to make more than just plain old lager.
Exactly. Like some examples would be you probably heard of Mickey's malt liquor because that came out in the 60s. Now, when Miller acquired Mickey's in 1999 from Pabst, they added to the Mickey's line Mickey's Ice Brewed Ale. So there's an ice brewed ale. Now, another instance is Keystone. I did the review of Keystone Ice. On the can, it says ale, but when you actually taste it, you try to put it through its paces to see which does better as a lager or an ale. Even though it says ale, it does better as a lager. Now, I've never had Mickey's Ice Brewed Ale. In fact, I don't even know where you could buy it. I've seen Mickey's regular malt liquor everywhere, but the Mickey's Ice Ale, I've not seen it. So I can't adequately put that through its paces to see which it does better at.
Yeah, I hear you. Very good. So yeah, we had a really good boisterous beer banter here. A lot of education here.
Lots of education. I'm getting ready to start up Arma.
Yeah, start up
Arma. GTA.
Yeah, get ready to start up Arma, and you want to take any additional breaks as it's
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, and then I'll be back here in a minute.
All right. This is our official intermission. This is James P. Madonna announcing that this is a test. Only a test. This is not the emergency broadcast system. This is Shootin' the Shit. Today's gaming with boisterous beer banter. The excellence in unscripted, unrehearsed, ad-libbed education that you can walk away with to engorge your already depleted brain cells. America. He's getting domineering forces that is back from 30 days Facebook push period.
Yeah, I'm playing Arma.
Arma?
Yeah, Arma.
What's Arma?
A military simulator.
Well, you must trying to get my snow from that. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, it will. Give it time.
Mama? I already can't open this. What? Where'd you can?
Should be with the sugar or flour or in the drawer.
Hang on there.
I said they're in with the sugar or flour or in the drawer. With
Anyway, oh, greetings everyone. You are watching Shootin' the Shit, today's video gaming and boisterous beer banter with Damien the Dissenter Owens and James P. Madonna. We are taking an intermission break, and very soon you will be seeing the very entertaining video games, and you are going to see it right now, any minute.
All right, everyone, I'm back. And I decided to throw on my military cap. Since we're playing a military simulator, why not have a military cap?
Ah, the Fidel cap. Yes.
Yep. All right, so we're going to pick up where we left off last in Arma 3. So where we last left off, we were playing the East Wind campaign, and we got ambushed by Altus armed forces that made an alliance treaty with NATO, and we were withdrawing from the island of Stratus. So now along the way, we've been attacked by the very same people we made a treaty with, even though we're technically retreating. So now we're having to scavenge together what forces are still left on the island of Stratus to figure out why we were attacked. So where we last left off in terms of that was we met up with the last remnants of the British Royal Navy, and now us, part of the NATO alliance, we're now meeting at Camp Maxwell. So we're now going to figure out exactly where we're going to be going here from Camp Maxwell. I don't know where all this is going to be going, but who knows? Okay, let me go ahead and revert that. Yes, revert. So I don't know why it's doing this, but apparently we're going to be doing some rescuing from a downed NATO helicopter. So we met up at Camp Maxwell. We met up with everyone we need to. So now let's look at our brief. So today, in this situation, it is Saturday, July 7th. I believe the year is 2035. And we're here at 9:05, which I would assume is 9:05 a.m. And here's what it says. We're still piecing together what happened this morning, but one thing is clear. Altus armed forces on Stratus are hostile. No shit. Right now, long-range comms are down. Commander McKinnon is confirmed KIA because he was killed by a landmine in the forest that absolutely scared the shit out of me and everyone else. And whether equipment we may have had is either halfway scrapped or fucked entirely. We need to organize, rearm, make a plan, and take back the initiative. So here's what we're going to do. We'll split up Alpha through Delta. I've nominated 4 men to lead each squad. They've agreed to operate under my coordination, and I assume this is probably Captain Macmillan or whoever through the British Royal Navy, so I assume. Now our first priority is situational awareness. Half of our force will move out on recon. All right, so we're going to be doing some basic reconnaissance probably, gathering some more intel to see if there's anything else we can do in terms of formulating and plotting the attack to try to take back Stratus, or what we're going to be doing. I don't really know yet. Okay, so another squad will dig in here and take stock of whatever equipment we've got on hand. So we're having to engage in guerrilla warfare with what equipment we've got. Marvelous. Okay, that just leaves our most pressing concern. The Altus armed forces managed to bring down a Blackfoot, that meaning a Blackfoot helicopter. It crash landed dangerously close to our position. There's a burning wreck and smokestack a mile high. So that's no good, yeah, for a variety of reasons. That basically means that there's a big smoke cloud indicating, hey, if you're within a mile of this, there's a chance that you're going to get spotted. All right, so Alpha Team will secure the crash site, making a sweep for survivors and get rid of it. All right, so it seems pretty self-explanatory. Let's go ahead and do this mission. Planning Armor 3. So let's see. Oh, only the dead are safe. Only the dead have seen the end of war. Yep, makes total sense. Ooh, okay.
What are we doing this?
Well, at least I got a helmet now.
Oh, yeah, that red-headed guy had no helmet. He made me so nervous.
Well, guess what? We've got an improvement. We have a helmet and we have a backpack.
Yeah, hopefully the helmet will stay on.
And we now have, let's see, do we have a sidearm? Yes, we have a sidearm now.
See, I didn't know that you were being timed, so that's why I was saying when you were hiding behind a big boulder or the big tree, I said, why don't you just like stay there, you know, until the enemy comes out in the open.
Well, I see a guy right there in the tree line.
There we go. I see him too.
Okay. Oh, I think I might have clipped him. Let's see. Is he down? Oh, no, he's not down. Now he's down.
Yeah,
All right, there's a machine gunner down here behind the trees.
You got a really good eyesight with this.
All right, there he is. He's right there. I see him in the grass. I don't like these sights because they keep throwing my aim off. Let me take my sight off so I can go ahead and just go to iron sights. There we go. All right, he's down. Oh, shit. There's another guy right there. Did I get him? Yes, he's down. I got a headshot on him. All right, moving up. Let's see. Let's identify the bodies. Are these Altus Armed Forces or are these someone else? Yep, Altus Armed Forces. All right, so here's our helicopter crash site. Oh, I hear someone. Here's our pilot. He's moving, which means he's still conscious.
No, he's not.
Is there anyone left in the helicopter?
No.
All right. We have a passenger. He is dead. So we have one KIA, one guy alive. All right. We don't have anything in terms of medical attention that we really could give him. He's really wounded. So, all right. So we had to request a medevac. So we have mines. We're going to go ahead and set a perimeter. All right, so we're going to place mines basically in a triangle here. So if they come within a certain amount of proximity of these mines, they're going to blow up. I just got to remember where I place them so I don't accidentally blow myself up. I've had a tendency to do from time to time. All right, so I'll put this one here, probably here in the trees. Oh yeah, that blends in very well. They're not going to. Oh, I'm glad they marked it with red triangles, which means we can see them, but the enemy can't. So as long as I don't go there or there, they'll trip the mines and I won't. But the great thing is, yes, I finally got a pistol. I now have a pistol. Ooh. Shots fired. Got to get back up here in the upper tree line. Medic. 100 meters front. Oh, there he is. Let me go prone so I can see him better. Oh, he's right there. He's right there in that tree line. All right. I see you, buddy. Oh, I think someone just hit the mine. I just saw an explosion out of the corner of my eye.
So,
all right. Let's see. Oh, they're over here. Oh, that's a friendly. Oops. All right, there's a red circle there, which means the guy's been spotted, but I can't really see him. Oh, shit, I'm getting shot from this side. Gotta get some cover. Oh, there he is. They're throwing smoke. All right, I think I got him. Smoke blurred my vision, so I can't tell if I got him. Oh, there's a guy running. All right. Oh, there he is. I hate these short-barreled 6.5s because they add a lot of recoil to the shot. Okay, he's down. Yeah, look, see, I've got a very short-barreled version of the previous rifle I had. So, hello, recoil. Yeah, see, this is kicking like a mule now, even though I'm laying prone. All right. I don't think... Okay. I think we held off the first wave. Let's see. There might be someone else coming. Oh, God. No, he's gone. Oh, we get to blow up a helicopter. That's how the enemy doesn't get any intel off of it. So let's see. What do I have left? Oh, I got an explosive charge. Okay, you're just going to go there. Timer, 40 seconds. Let's get the hell out of here. All right. I would say we're back a safe enough distance. So, all right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
All right. Helicopter has been destroyed. Oh, yay. Mission complete. That was easy.
Ah. Mission complete.
Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, so, all right, so we failed to save the pilot, but at least we made it to where they can't destroy any intel or gain any intel from that helicopter. All right, great.
Oh, you're off to a pretty good start.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, now we're back at Camp Maxwell. So we're probably returning for another debrief. All right, so now it is July 7th, 2035, and it is 9:22 a.m. at Camp Maxwell, and we are on Stratus, but now we are in Central Stratus. All right, so let's see what we got here at Camp Maxwell. All right, so we got a medic taking care of wounded. Okay, you're doing a good job, sir. Miller. And I hear gunfire in the distance. So, let's see. There's a recon marksman. He's got a sniper rifle. So, we're going to be coming over here probably to do another debrief. So, yeah, we're a very big skeleton crew. We really honestly don't have much of anything. So, I go over here for the debrief.
Right.
Well, let's see here. We have guns, and do we have a map? Because it would really help if we had a map. And unfortunately, we don't have a map over here, so let's see. Okay.
All right.
Now that we've gotten a small debrief from him, let's now come over to this guy. All right, so we've got a map here. Okay, so now that we've been given our objective, let's rearm. Do I still have my pistol? I do. So I really don't like this short-barreled rifle, so I'm going to exchange this out for something else. So let's see, what do we have? We have the long-barreled versions, And we have what looks like an M14. I'm probably going to take the M14. Now, let's see, can I put that particular scope on? Oh, right. There we go. Now we've got the rifle. All right, now let's see. Ammo? Yay, we got ammo. Oh, yeah. Now we're in business. So let's see. Can I put that on this rifle? And yes, we can. So now we have a designated marksman rifle. So this is more for precise shots at various distances, and it has a heavier bullet. This shoots 7.62 by 51 NATO, which is basically a 308 caliber rifle. Let's see, is there anything in this box we might need? No. Let's see. Anything here? Okay, I'll take a thing of binoculars. How many med kits do I have? Okay, I have a grand total of 9 med kits, so I don't need that. Map, watch. You know what? Why the hell not? Let's take a pair of night vision goggles, and if we need to shoot from a still position, we have a bipod. So I think we have a great all-purpose rifle here. All right. It wouldn't hurt to get some more ammo for my pistol. So let's see. Okay, some ammo for the pistol. Oh, well, I've got 3 magazines worth of pistol ammo, but I'm primarily going to be using this. Okay, so I think we're armed up and ready to go. So where do I meet them up for debrief to go ahead and begin the mission? Oh, over here. Oh, wait, I won't lie. That is a nice looking rifle. That's a sexy rifle. Okay, assemble. What do we need to do, Chief? Death Valley. Friendly forces are pinned in Gurna, which we're here. We're going here. So we're going to a village. So let's see what our situation is now. As you're probably aware, we've been scouting positions to our north, keeping a check on enemy movement. Unfortunately, Bravo has run into trouble taking contact in a village a little to the west of our position. They're pinned down and need support. Our advanced element has already set up a position nearby to get eyes on the situation, so probably someone's doing some recon, more than likely. Altus Armed Forces have mobilized along the valley leading to the village. More support is no doubt en route. Alright. Alpha will approach from the east. Use the high ground and forest to your advantage. Clear the forest and get our boys out of there. Alright, sounds like a straightforward plan. Let's do it. In war, there are no unwounded soldiers. Yep, sounds right. And here we go. All right, so now it's okay. Okay, so this would technically be the valley, but I don't see anyone. Oh no, have we lost contact with Alpha? Oh god, we've already lost contact with Alpha. This is going to be a shit show. Okay, so we're diverting to Alpha's last position, which is right down here. Keeping that head on a swivel, no one up there. Jackson's down. Oh, shit, there they are. All right, he's down.
Oh boy.
All right, that guy's down. All right, he's laying down. Ooh, I clipped him. All right, 3 guys down. Oh, I see a guy's head sticking up right there. Hi, buddy. I got you. Apparently, I don't got you. I hate standing up like this. It's the only way I can get a good shot. God, he is in a position where I just cannot get a good shot on him. Oh, someone got him. Whew, okay. All right, so this is Jackson. Jackson is probably unconscious. Okay, so we've cleared the valley. Jackson's down from Alpha, so now we're having to go this way. But I'm going to get up here a bit on the high ground, so at least I do have some cover. What little cover this particular boulder is going to offer, I'm going to take it nonetheless. Oh, there's a guy. I see him coming out of the trees right there. All right. Come on, character. Come on, get steady. Get steady. I hate doing this, but I'm going to have to lay sideways with a bipod.
Yeah.
All right, he's down. All right, he's down. Oh no, another engagement. So I can take this guy out with a pistol. Well, let's see, pistol. Oh, there he is. Oh, I just took a guy with a pistol. All right, you know what? I'm not feeling like fucking with this guy, so grenade out. Grenade out. Oh shit. What the fuck? Ow. I'm dead. Well, you just missed a shit show. Shit. I got hit. I'm wounded.
Oh man.
Well, that's okay. I got a med kit. I'm behind a boulder. So there we go. I'm healed. I can get back in the fight. I'm healed. Did not mean to do that. Where is he? He's not there. Oh, there he is. Oh, I got him right between the branches. I don't know where I shot him at, but that looked like upper center mass, I would think. Okay, so moving up. Let's see. I don't think there's anyone going to be coming from here, so let's see. Anybody coming from here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, we're moving up. Oh, I see it. I see you guys right over there. Yep, there they are. Let me get up here in the tree line. I know, I see him, I see him. I just gotta get a good position. Offered me some cover. Oh, can I get him? Can I get him? Please. Come on, let me get a good shot. Oh, I got clipped. It's okay, I'm not severely wounded. Not too terribly wounded.
Nope.
Aw, fuck, he's hiding behind that. Can't get a good shot. That's okay. There's a couple guys going right down in here. Fuck, I can't. My character's basically going to make me heal him. Otherwise, I'm not going to get a good shot. Okay, he's healed, back in the fight. Alright, rifleman. Okay, he's down. Uh-oh, there's some guys right there in that. Are they friendly? I'm gonna wait. I'm waiting to see if they're friendly before I shoot.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like this is necessarily more difficult than the bounty hunter game. It's different. They're both very challenging, but they're different.
Yeah, this is kind of like being in a real war zone. That's why you have to kind of be careful as to what it is you do. That's why apparently those guys up there are friendlies. That's why I waited before I fired, because I didn't know if they were. Yeah, this is what it's like to be under stress in a combat situation. Oh no. That was an explosion. Oh god, mortars incoming. Get inside. Oh god, I gotta fly a drone.
They don't let you like hide behind anything big, just like.
Well, we do have this. Well, let's see. Oh, he's got a big backpack on. Let's see, what has it got? Okay, so we're going to be doing a UAV bag. So, let's see. Can we go ahead and deploy the drone? Okay. Well, there's the drone. Just how do I fly it? Okay, so let me just kind of move out of the way. At least I have a building for some cover. Okay, so let's see. 0 through 8. I would assume 8 for supports. Okay, UAV scouting. All right, so let me go ahead and deploy the UAV. If I can even get the damn thing off the ground. All right, why is it not doing anything? Okay, sports. Of course, it's got to make it difficult just to fly a damn drone. Okay, you. Why are you not flying? What do I really got to do to get you off the ground?
Throw it like a frisbee.
I can't even get the thing off the ground.
Sit.
Oh, great! This is gonna be fun.
There's no like fly drone button.
No, and oh no. If this were a real combat situation, we'd all be screwed because I can't fly one of these damn things. Come on. Come on, get off the ground already. Give me some sort of instruction as to what I need to do to get you off the ground. Come on.
You have enough to think about.
Yeah, and there's mortars coming in all over the place, so
Maybe you should go back to the instructional panel that popped.
okay, well, let's try that again. Okay. Okay. I'm going to assemble the drone. Okay. Now disassemble. Okay, that's disassembled. Now, there's got to be... Okay, well, they're dead. And I failed the mission because I can't get the damn drone in the air. Marvelous. So let's try that again.
It's no fault of your own, that's for sure.
In real life, I could probably manage to fly a drone, but this, I'd be screwed. I would totally be screwed. There'd be no way I could fly one of these things on my own.
And their batteries don't last that long, I hear, like 15 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, at least we're back here where we last left off. Okay.
Mama, I caught a fish.
All right.
Daddy, I caught a fish.
Yay.
I used this with my fishing hook.
Okay, there. Okay, I think now we've got it.
No,
Okay. 0 supports. Okay. All right, there we go. Deploying the UAV. All right, so, okay, I have to press H on the keyboard for more details. All right, take control terminal must be assigned to the GPS. All right, mouse wheel to select open UAV terminal. Okay. Okay, well, where's the terminal? Does this not have a terminal with it? Oh, for God's sake, where is the terminal? They gave me a UAV, but absolutely nothing to use to fly with. Marvelous. Alright, custom.
Damn.
Okay, so. Okay, take control of the driver gunner position. Use the. Do I have a terminal? No, I do not. So, how the hell am I supposed to fucking fly this thing? There we go. Okay. All right. Where's the UAV terminal? Okay. Okay. Okay, so connect UAV to terminal. All right, it's been connected. Okay, open UAV terminal. Okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. Take UAV controls. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got the thing spinning. Oh yeah, here we go.
Gee, finally.
Shit. And it's already down.
Hit the tree branch.
I am utterly useless at this. Oh,
How are you supposed to navigate it once it takes off? I mean, it just does its own thing, or?
Let's see. Can I just load back in from the previous checkpoint? Okay, at least now we know how to get it out of the ground and into the air. So we're not. No.
I think it hit the tree branch. That's what.
Yeah, I think it hit the tree branch. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, now we figured that out. That's 50% of the battle. So now let's see how we can get it back up into the air. So this time, let's move back a little bit. We have a bit more of an open environment to fly this thing. Oh, great. Okay. All right. So let me pick a bit more of an open environment. I guess it's about as good as it's going to get. Okay, now we got to go back and get the terminal. Okay, get that pack. Okay, UAV terminal. Okay, now we're going to go back.
Now look at that. The helmet never fell off.
All right, UAV terminal. Okay, move that to there. Connect to UAV terminal. All right. Now let me just get back to, or at least I do have some level of protection in a building before I start to fly this thing. Okay, lay prone. All right. Okay, take UAV controls. Okay. All right, we're up in the air. Let's get some altitude first before we start moving anything. All right, we've got the drone airborne. So now, let's see, where exactly do we need to go? I would assume probably here somewhere.
This looks like a cross between a spider and a butterfly.
Yeah, and I can't find the spotters. Okay, so there's got to be mortar fire incoming from over in here somewhere. Okay. Well, at least it's airborne. The most important thing is it's airborne. But just where the hell are these mortars coming from? Let me go up a little higher to see if I can get a better position at a higher elevation. Oh, I think we might be onto something down this way. Yep, down this way. All right, looks like that. Oh, there we go. Okay, auto hover. Okay, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but at least now we found our spotters, where the mortar fire is coming from. It's coming from down here, but how do I mark them? Okay. So let's see. Okay, decrease throttle. All right, well, that doesn't tell me how to spot them. All right, Auto hover, X to stabilize. There's a mouse to control. Okay, well, how am I supposed to spot them? That doesn't say spot them. All right, well, oh, God, it's going to be one of these things. All right, well, we've got 75% of that battle done through trial and error. Now we just got to find out how to spot people. We see them, but how do we mark them? Okay, well, let's see. I'm looking to see because, as you can tell, I'm obviously shit with drones. Okay, control. Okay, left control plus mouse button. All right, so I'm gonna just hit random buttons once I get this thing up in the air and see what happens. All right, let's connect it. All right, in the house we go for cover. All right, let's lay prone. All right, open UAV terminal. Did it not take? All right, there we go. Now it should be connected, even though it should have done it in the first place. All right, let's try that again. Okay. Take control of UAV. All right, let's just get it up in the air. Okay. Yay, we're up in... Ah! Why is it not letting me go into third person? Because Oh, great. Here we go. Looks like we're going to have to just take it to them. All right, up the hill we go. Come on, character. Let's get there. What the?
Fuck off, game.
That's kind of how I feel right now, babe.
I was out of the nerve gas, and it's like, oh, hey, you're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, well, my game's screwing up too. Apparently, I can't get the drone airborne. It will only go in third person, so I'm gonna give this one more try. If not, I'll play some GTA. Just, oh god. Of all nights, tonight. Alright, let's try that again. Why did I not go into third person? Okay, this seems like a pretty relatively open position.
You know what? Fuck this game.
Why?
This is what happens when you have to play with random ass people.
Alright, can I just get it up in the air? Yes, I've got it up in the air. Alright. Well, we're doing better than what we did last time. Okay, at least we're up in the air. We're going to fly up into here. Alright, at least we know where they are.
That's it. I give up. These fuckers don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Wait, this thing has a gun on it? Does it have a gun? Well, if I can get it to navigate correctly, we'll be in business. Oh no. Oh, that was disastrous. Okay. Well, we'll save that for another time. I'm gonna go find another game to play because obviously this is not wanting to cooperate tonight.
Yeah. Apparently.
So I'll be back here in just a second once I find something else we can play. All right, be right back.
Okay. I had to use my address. Carl's address. It doesn't work. It says invalid address does not exist. So now I put my address temporarily. Now it's asking for the verification code to verify your email. You have to go to your Shootin email. You need the verification code for the email. I'm almost finished. Profile. Then you have to go back.
Oh. Okay, I'm back, and let's find us something else to play. No. Love you too, buddy.
You go for the hand?
After you move, you can put your new address in there.
I choose this engine. This is my favorite engine. I won't choose that engine. That sounds a bit boring. Why? The one can go is this. Do you like this engine?
I suppose.
Good. I gotta change my engine into color.
Mhm.
How about this color? Looks like a pretty rainbow. Whoa. The bubbles are getting high.
Boca Grande.
All right. Well, I think I found us another game to play. We're gonna play Call of Duty Zombies.
Whoa.
Can you see the screen?
Call of Duty. I said it's Activision.
So
Yep.
different.
We're gonna play Call of Duty Zombies. So what got this started was back in 2008 with a game called Call of Duty World at War. They released this game mode called Nazi Zombies. And ever since, it's been a phenomenal hit with the Call of Duty franchise. Although it's been predominantly with the Treyarch games, it's still a pretty fun game to play. So the objective is you have different rounds, and you can get different weapons, different perks, and also upgrade your weapons in terms of how you go about defeating the zombies. And they have different zombies maps as well. So let's see if we can probably join a public game. But before we do, I'm going to go over all the different maps that they have. So this is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I sent you that video where it showed like all the futuristic technologies and stuff, how it got out of hand. That's what this game is based off of. But this really made Call of Duty Zombies with this particular game. So we have Shadows of Evil, which is the zombies map which came with the game, which is in a 1920s New York theme. The Giant, which is a reimagined version of the classic map Der Riese or Die Rise from World at War, and it's been redone like several times. I don't know how to say that. I'm not German, but basically you're at a Nazi prison in the Swiss Alps. Then we have a Zetsubo Noshima, which is like a research facility somewhere in Japan. You have a Grad Corvi, which is like in Nazi-occupied Stalingrad. Revelations, which is a really weird map. I don't really play on it. Now, this map right here, Nach der Untoten. This is the map that really got Nazi zombies started with World at War back in 2008. Then this map here called Verrückt, which was the first map to come out after the original, and it takes place in a place called the Wittenau Sanatorium in September 1945. It's like a mental asylum.
Okay.
Then we have Ascension, which is from Call of Duty Black Ops. It's a 1960s Soviet research facility. Moon, which actually takes place in time travel. This takes place in 2025, and it takes place on a moon base. It's kind of annoying to play on this one because you have the moon gravity and you have zombies jumping at you and moon gravity. So some people like it, some people don't. All right, Shi no Numa, map number 2 after the release of the original Nach der Untoten. This is Japanese zombies. So imagine the Imperial Japanese just as zombies. Shangri-La, like a Southeast Asian zombies somewhere in Southeast Asia. Kino der Toten, which is the Theater of the Dead, which is a map that came out on also Black Ops. And this is the one that came with the base game, and a lot of people love this one. And then we have Origins, which is from Black Ops 2. They just released a bunch of different maps and they re-envisioned them. So to kind of give people a taste, let's see, can we find a public game? If not, I can play in a solo game by myself. All right, so it looks like getting into a public match is not going to be possible. So we're just going to play a solo game. And we'll start with the Giant, since this one's a pretty popular map. And there's a backstory behind zombies, how it was a really weird experiment that went bad by the Nazis with Element 115. And, you know, I'll send you a video of it so you can watch it and all of its nuances in its entirety to see what you think. All right, so now that we've loaded in, so it looks like the original Der Riese or Die Rise from the other Black Ops games, but it looks different because somewhere along the line they did time travel and alternate timelines. So this is along the same timeline but a different parallel universe. That's why it looks all different.
Yeah, it's very, very gothically macabre and like an inferno, like a nuclear war, aftermath of a nuclear war.
Yep. Well, in the original Der Riese, it looks like World War II, but this is like a mix of like World War II and futuristic. Because in some alternate timeline this takes place, and that's kind of what they did. So that's why it looks so mixed. All right. All right, let me grab this rifle. We're just going to hang back and do headshots for a little bit. Let me pick this corner right back here. All right, you're dead. You're dead.
I like that rifle.
All right, we just picked up this perk called Insta-Kill. So when an Insta-Kill comes up, that means if you knife them, like what I'm doing here, or you one-shot them, they immediately die. Like so. All right, so we survived round 2. So this camo that's on the gun, this was an exclusive camo that all players won because when this particular map came out, when we achieved a goal of 500 million headshots collectively in zombies, we got this camo. In like 5 days, players got 500 million headshots collectively in this game, and we all got this camo. And obviously, headshots give you more points, so you want to go for a mix of two things. You want to go for kills, and you want to go for points. And as the levels progress, they will get harder. So we're already on round 4.
I'm going to the carnival.
Sweet. Unfortunately, this year we can't go to carnivals. They've all been canceled because of COVID.
Well, this carnival is open.
No carnivals. I don't know how long it's gonna. Well, no carnivals because it's cold.
Well, Wyatt said, well, the carnival's still open on his tablet that he's playing on, so.
Oh, that's the only carnival you're going to.
All right, so it's getting difficult, so we're going to have to start opening doors. All right, submachine gun.
Well, killing zombies is seems a lot better, easier than armor because nobody's shooting back at you.
Yeah, well, there we go. I got a shotgun. Zombies, this is my boomstick. Where are you? There you are. I got you, buddy.
So every time you've been grabbing a different weapon, more advanced than the one before.
Oh, if you think that's cool, just wait until we open this thing up, the Pack-a-Punch machine. Then you'll really see something cool.
Right now you have the shotgun.
I've got a shotgun and a submachine
I
gun.
win.
Yay.
Press play again.
Because we're gonna get the power started here in just a minute. And then we can open the Pack-a-Punch machine, and that upgrades weapons. And when you upgrade the weapon, it takes on a different camo, and they have unique abilities. Woohoo! Ooh, headshot. Headshot. Oh. That's just one thing. The zombies, if they scare me, you tend to just do that. All right, the round's over. When you see that atom bomb looking thing, it kills all the zombies that are currently in the map. And as you can tell, it got us to the next round. We're on round 6 already.
My fingers are moving.
It's okay. You'll be okay. And every 5 or 6 rounds, you have what's called the dog round. And zombie dogs will be coming after us.
Oh, wow.
Ah!
Yep. Oh. Hellhounds.
Yep. That's okay, because after the dog round, you get a max ammo. So you get to replenish all your ammo.
Yeah, zombie dogs are like
All right. So when you see this icon right here, that means it's time to reload and you get a max ammo.
This cat needs to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Where's the mystery box? Oh, the mystery box is over there. So if you look in the sky and if you see a beacon of light, it's the mystery box. So the mystery box gives you all sorts of cool weapons. It costs 950 points per spin at the mystery box to get it, unless you get a fire sale. Then it's 10 points.
A fire sale.
I can tell. I think I've had a bit too much Miller High Life because my aim is turning to
The
shit.
cat wants to go to the guy.
Yeah, they're practically right on top of you.
Well, that, and I can tell my aim is getting terrible. So I can tell I'm getting a bit intoxicated. That's okay. Getting intoxicated and killing things is fun.
Zombie High Life.
Another highlight or another max ammo.
I got 23 gold.
What keeps on boarding up your?
I repair the windows. When you go up to them, you can repair the windows.
Oh, so nothing comes at you.
Yeah, see, when you go up to it and you press X, it repairs the windows. All right, well, I picked up a double point. So that means every headshot is now 200 points, and every body kill is 120 points. But I picked it up really late in the round, so I'm probably not going to be able to take much advantage of it. All right, still on round 8. Oh, man, here they come.
What?
So they're going to be coming at you more rapidly and greater.
Yep. All right, open the door. Okay, got the door open. Okay. So now we're going to get the power on. All right, so now the perk machines are now open. And we can now purchase perks. But I'm going to wait till this round is over before we start finding out where all the perks are at. And each perk will give you different abilities. Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. I got downed.
Got killed?
Yeah, I got killed. But we'll try that again.
Yeah, I'll try that again. I'm going to play this
I rushed to it a bit too quickly.
I'm going to play this game.
So,
all right.
8 rounds.
Yeah, but we're, like I said, we're going to try that again because that was terrible.
Another ended a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to heat up my leftover Indian food. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I got you to stay here and I get fruit. How about the fruit snack? Let's go, please. Okay, I got the engine.
Yeah.
The engine for drinker. And we stop. We go this way. That works. I'm at the first station. I pick up some watermelon. Okay, that one. Oh, that. Take me to every song. I'm popping with bubbles. I'm popping with bubbles. Oh, I got dirty. It's all dirty. All damn. I'm going to get all clean. And fresh. You can turn all good. I'm going to turn. Now I'm covered. Now I'm all dirty again. Now I'm get clean again. I did it. No, this again.
Yeah, not talking much anymore.
It's because James went to go reheat some food. Yeah, I'm showing him zombies.
Okay. I guess we can not. Wow.
Is she okay?
Yeah, I mean, she's okay. She went to Illinois today, so she's probably really tired. Wyatt,
Why'd you go to Illinois today?
go put that in the fridge.
Why'd you go to Illinois?
I started playing.
She had to go. The state offices in Indiana still haven't opened because of COVID.
Mhm.
So she's still having to get her meds filled in Illinois at that pharmacy.
Does she drive or who?
Her brother drove her, and she went to go see her nephew today too. So
I I'm back.
Come here.
What?
Get the flashlight and the lotion for me.
Flashlight, you said?
Yeah, and the lotion that's right there. Thank you.
Do you wash your floor?
Yeah, watch your feet.
The bowl was so hot I couldn't even carry it. I got to let it cool off.
Uh-oh. Well, now we're already to round 8, and we're already off to a much better start. So I've already opened everything. So now I got the power on. So now we're going to go through the perks. This is Juggernog.
Juggernaut.
So Juggernog is a very interesting perk because it gives you extra health, so you don't get down very easily by the zombies. So you can take like 4 or 5 or sometimes even 6 hits by zombies before you get taken down. So I have a AK-47 like knockoff type rifle called the KN-44, and now I've got a bolt action rifle. I'm going to show you this thing called quick scoping, to where I can easily just kill zombies by a quick scope, like this. See?
Oh wow. Well, I guess your aim is a lot better.
I mean, I'm buzzed, but still, this is just fun.
Is Juggernog a copyrighted name? Because that'll be excellent for one of your craft beers for the holidays.
Technically, yes, it is.
Juggernog holiday porter or stout.
I mean, look at that. I mean, I'm just killing these zombies with a bolt-action rifle called quick scoping. And that's basically all you do is you just aim down sight quickly and just pop off a shot, and hopefully it kills them. See? Quick scope.
Oh, so like your like little like heat-seeking bullets.
Well, the concept is very simple. So you see how here in the middle of the screen you have a crosshair? How you have like like 4 dots. So what you do is you aim down sight to bring in the crosshairs, and then you just kind of aim down sight. And let me use this zombie as an example. You just aim down and boop. See, you just kill them just like that. It's called quick scoping. It takes a lot of skill and a lot of practice to do, but once you've got it, you've got it. All right, now since we've got enough to buy this perk, it's called Speed Cola. So Speed Cola gives you faster reloads like this. Watch. All right. Look at that. I just quickly reloaded. All right, now where's the quick revive? Here we go. All right, now quick revive in a solo mission means it'll revive you quickly, but if you're trying to pick up down players, you'll pick them up quicker. But I don't know which perk I'm going to pick next. I'm probably going to pick Mule Kick, which allows you to have 3 guns. All right, here we go. Quick scope. He's dead. Quick scope. He's dead. Quick scope. Dead. 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 Oh, I got a double kill on that one. All right, and dead. 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 Oh, I even got a headshot on that one. Miss. Headshot. Ooh, nuke. Yep, round 10. You can tell I'm having a blast. All right, now this has variable aim. I can do 1 zoom or 3 zoom.
Is that like ash falling or snow?
It's ash. It's like a mix of like ash and snow, but it looks like ash. See, can I kill a dog with a quick scope? Surely I can. Oh, right in the face. Come on, buddy. Gotcha.
The hellhounds. Those are demonic dogs with red eyes.
Actually, there's a reason why they look like that. See, they did the experiment on German soldiers, but they also did them on dogs. And what you see with those hellhounds are the experiments the dogs have gone wrong. All right, round 11. I've got a bolt-action rifle and an AK. So bring it on, zombies. Where are you? I see you. Oh, no scope. And a no scope is when you don't aim down sight at all. You just get them in the middle of your crosshairs and kill them, just like this. Oh, headshot. That's 3 headshots in a row I've no scoped. Oh, got him. Headshot. Headshot. Triple kill. Triple. Let's see, can I? Oh, there we go. All right. After this round, we're going to link the teleporters to open up the Pack-a-Punch machine.
Pack-a-Punch?
Yep, that way we can upgrade our weapons. Well, I got this bolt-action rifle from the mystery box, so when I get the mule kick perk, I'll hit the mystery box again, but for now, we got to start linking teleporters. Headshot. Oh. Damn it. No. My aim.
Hell, oh.
All right. The bolt-action rifle is not really helping. They're not one-shot headshotting anymore. So to the assault rifle it is.
Damn. Coming at you like larger volume.
Oh, we got an insta-kill. All right. All right. Here we go. Time to start linking. All right. Teleporter 1 is about to get linked. Okay, teleporter 1 linked. So now we're going to have to go back. All right, zombie dead. Let's see, I've got 219 kills, 124 headshots, so I'm doing pretty good. Whew. Woohoo! I'm glad I've got fast mags on this AK. Otherwise, I'd have been dead. All right, come on, zombies.
Man, they're a lot faster zombies than in the movies.
All right, well,
They're coming at you.
we got to start linking teleporters because I got to upgrade my weapons because the shots, they're just not cutting it. All right, teleporter 2 is about to get linked. All right. Okay, teleporter 2 linked. Oh no, it didn't give me anything for a perk for linking it, for fuck's sake. Well, time to go around. We've got the points, we're going to go ahead and link teleporter 3. Okay, teleporter 3.
Teleporter 3.
Yep, we're linking teleporter 3 so we can go ahead and open up the Pack-a-Punch. Ah, zombies! Oh no, come on. Yes, teleporter has now been linked. So now we can Pack-a-Punch the weapons. Ooh, here we go. Look at the camo on this gun now. It looks like it's made out of solid silver.
Wow.
All right, so now we got the one-shot kill back again. And we have a bigger magazine. Look at that. 25 rounds in a bolt-action rifle is insane. All right, now here's a cool feature called the Gobble Gum Machine. This will give us some pretty cool upgrades that we can use for killing zombies. Newtonian negation. So when we kill a zombie, they're going to go up to the sky.
Gobble gum.
I don't know if it'll do it with dogs, but let's see. Eek. All right, die zombies. Okay, am I reloaded? Okay, reloaded. Round 15. As you can tell, the rounds are getting progressively harder. See, look at that. They just went right up to the sky. Oh, this is going to be fun. All the bodies are going to go up to the ceiling and get stuck there. Ah, come on, don't kill me. Oh, God, they got me.
What the hell's wrong with that upgraded gun?
I don't know. I shouldn't have died. I shouldn't have gotten down.
Like you were trying to blast them and nothing was happening.
That's okay, because I'm going to have to go around and get the Juggernog machine again. Just won't have faster reloads, but I'll manage. Okay, Juggernog. Apparently, all those bodies didn't decide to go up to the ceiling. Apparently, if you do headshots, they don't work.
Juggernaut.
Okay, got Juggernog. Quick revive. All right. Got the double rewards. All right. So can I get an upgrade? I'm going to do a couple more upgrades to my guns. So what can I do with my sniper? Ooh, dead wire, which means if I can get a zombie in a line, I can get a unique thing to happen. So if I can fire at one thing of zombies, it'll trigger like this electrifying reaction to where I can just kill them all with an electrifying blast. So I think we're already going to do pretty good this round. But it's only with the bolt action, so I got to be very careful with my shots. Oh, there we go. Oh, the death machine, or as my friend calls it, the lead burrito. Because the sound it makes, it sounds like a bunch of farts.
Lead burrito.
I mean, literally, it sounds like the really bad shits. That's why he calls it the lead burrito. if you could just hear what it sounds like, you'd be like, yeah, it's a lead burrito.
You must be getting audios that I don't hear.
All right, well, I survived that round. Is it a dog round this round? Come on, please give me a dog round. Unfortunately, no dog round.
You have the ability to back up if they come at you too fast.
Oh, come on. Really? I just killed him. Well, at least I have quick revive. All right. Well. Okay, quick revive. Oh, no. All right, I've left one zombie alive, so we can go ahead and get our perks back. All right. All right, so now that we've got our perks back, now let's go ahead and hit the Pack-a-Punch so we can go ahead and get an upgrade for our AK. Okay, so I've got a dead wire upgrade for that one. Oh, another dead wire upgrade. Okay. You know what? This zombie's getting on my nerves, so there we go. Lead burrito. Dog round? No, another zombie round. Oh, yeah, it is dog round. We're on round 18. Come on, doggy, doggy. Doggy, doggy. There we go. Dead doggy, doggy. All right. Reloaded and reloaded. Okay, round 19. The average zombies player only gets to about round 20 to 25. So if we can do to at least round 26, we're better than the average zombies player. There we go. Now my upgrades are working. Oh, that was close. Oh, I almost died. I'm still here. How, I do not know. After this round, I gotta get a third weapon. I gotta hit this box again.
Damn. Look at them all. Look at them all.
Yeah, just the amount of zombies I'm killing is off the charts. Ah! Lead burrito. Come on, lead burrito. Oh no. That was not supposed to happen. Oh well.
You need another juggernaut. Juggernaut.
No, I gotta hit the box and get a third weapon. So there we go, mule kick.
I'm back.
Alright, so now we can get a third weapon, but I gotta pick up some ammo for this pack-a-punched weapon, because I'm completely out. See, a good rule of thumb is to have a pack-a-punched weapon that you can buy ammo off the wall for. So that way, just in case. And looks like I just got cornered. Fucking hell.
You got dead?
Yes, Wyatt, I got dead.
You got killed.
Well, I'm still alive.
Zombie then killed you.
Well, they got me down.
Yeah, but you got back up. Eee! More zombies. What zombies are those?
Nazi zombies.
Oh man. But that's not what happened to you.
Alright. Time to go back and replenish my my perks. Alright. Okay, Juggernog. Okay, more ammo. Woo! That terminal just saved my ass.
What did you do?
I just teleported. I just got out of that bad situation.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, got ammo. Oh, for God's sake, I can't get back up to my spot.
Why?
So now we're going to have to do the zombie train.
The zombie tree?
Yeah, that's where you run around and get zombies in a straight line and kill them.
What's
Like what I'm doing here.
a zombie?
Like what I just did. That's the zombie train.
Yeah. I don't like.
I don't like zombies neither.
No. We both. We both.
Okay, let's keep them going in the train.
Where is he from?
Right here. What I'm doing.
Oh. That's not. Where's your friend?
He's still here.
Ran somewhere? Is he on the zombie train?
No, he's not on the zombie train, but oh no.
No.
Is the perk? Oh, for God's sake. The quick revive perk machine is gone. So, which means I'm out of quick revives. Oh, God. No. Alright, I need that third weapon. Like, now.
Oh,
Okay, that'll do.
oh, I hit the spot.
What?
I said that big bowl of leftover Indian food with lamb in it hit the spot. Did you rejuvenate your arsenal?
Get in there.
Gee. Damn.
I think the snow cone has milk.
That number that's increasing is all the zombies you killed?
Well, yeah, I'm definitely killing more and more zombies.
Or that's just points. Over 850, 8158.
Oh,
Well, I got downed. Well, I got 623 kills and 318 headshots.
All right, David, we got almost 4 hours.
We're almost on for 4 hours?
Yeah, we might as well call it.
Alright, well, yeah, you got to see Arma being uncooperative and you got to see zombies.
Zombies?
Yeah, well, it was definitely invigorating.
Starting again.
As opposed, I mean, I'm entertained by it very much so. So I can care less about what the drunks have to say. But it's pretty mesmerizing.
Alright, well, yeah, in that case, I'll just go ahead and we'll go ahead and call it a log.
Yeah, I guess do your thing off the air. Like
Yeah,
you know.
I will.
All right, I'll be over on the phone for a little bit.
Alright, yeah, I'll see you Sunday.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.